No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smackin' Raw podcast episode 216. I actually didn't look, so let me check real quick. I am your host, the Warden, Matt Ritter. This is what happens when you take a week off. You come back and you're all fucked up, but at least you got a decent intro this week, unlike last week when I was being mocked by my co-host. He said it was an homage, but it felt disrespectful. I did not come alone today for episode 216. Holy shit, I was right.
Know?
Yeah, look at that. See? I came with Katie Kinsey Bebe, host of the She Elite Showcase, host of Inside Your Mind, which currently has an episode out featuring yours truly that if you have not checked out, you should go check out. Katie, how you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, wait, it's fucking October. It's Katie Vick.
Fuck. Oh, no.
Yes, it's Katie Vick. It's October.
Oh, my God. Wow. So that means like a year ago was like my first show with you.
Mm-hmm. One of them, first or second.
I think.
I didn't call you Katie Vick in the first one because I said I wasn't going to mess with you on the first one.
That's right.
So.
Whatever.
1 year ago recently. 1 year ago recently, Katie made her debut on Pornhub and on the Smackin' Raw podcast. And here she is again, almost a year later, because Vince had other plans. This is also a late show because I had an issue, was not able to record when we normally do record, but we are here. We are happy to be here. Everyone's all fresh and caught up on the week of wrestling. So, as always, Black Lives Matter. If you don't believe so, yep, look at that right there. Tank top, video version, Pornhub, YouTube. If you don't think so, I don't know why you're listening to this podcast because we talk about it every week. You guys can go get those Black Lives Matter t-shirts over at What a Maneuver from Young Kings Wrestling. TC made the design. Right now, there is a pink version for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and they are donating to breast cancer awareness foundations and putting the money in the hands of people who are suffering from breast cancer with the money made from those shirts. So if you support breast cancer or you support Black Lives Matter, not the movement, not the company, the idea that Black Lives Matter, please go purchase these shirts because that money gets put into a fund. That fund gets distributed to the people who need it. So please do so.
I have my breast cancer awareness one comes on Wednesday. I got a crew neck. Very excited. I needed it's the time. I needed more hoodies.
I've never heard anyone get excited about a crew neck. Like
it's
I understand being excited about the shirt, but you were like, it's a crew neck. Like
it is. It's the time. Okay. It is the time. Listen, it's not tank top season anymore. I mean, it kind of is because Pittsburgh doesn't make sense with the weather, but like it's literally tank top season afternoon, and then the morning and night is hoodie season. So why not have both?
Fair enough.
Support our friends.
Very true. Speaking of supporting your friends, Shane McMahon's dealing weed now. Is that what I heard?
Apparently.
News and rumors. So like normally you deal weed to get out of like poverty and try and make it come up. He did the opposite. Like he was born into that shit and had all the money and he went back down to weed dealer.
Yes, he did.
Very curious about that. But yeah, no, news and rumor is that Shane McMahon is no longer employed by WWE after his contract expired or whatever, or at least not active on the roster. And that he is looking to open up a weed shop. I'm guessing a legitimate weed shop, not like, I don't think he's selling dime bags out of the trunk of his fucking Lexus, BMW, fucking Tesla, whatever he drives.
All of them.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's funny to think that Shane McMahon is dealing weed.
I mean, what a headline. Shane McMahon leaves WWE to sell weed.
I gotta figure, I feel like the prices in Greenwich aren't the prices that I get, like you get in Chicago. You know, like I don't feel like I'm getting, if I were to buy weed, that what I get in Greenwich would be the same value that you'd get here in Chicago.
No, I mean,
whether it's from a dispensary or otherwise.
So like, I don't go to the dispensary or anything because weed's not my thing. I know a lot of people would do because they got like their medical cards or whatever. The pricing is outrageous. They got something that was like maybe this size, and it was like $10. I said, What the fuck? That's disgusting.
You know, I can't partake due to job reasons, but I have quite a few friends now that it is legal here in Chicago who do, friends and family. So
it's crazy.
No, I don't know. I haven't actually been to the dispensary. I'm assuming that like taxes and shit, or just even like, because like you figure the Mean Street Posse was dealing weed back in the day, or at least they were buying, like they had a weed dealer, like Pete Gas, Rodney, Joey, Shane, like you can see them sitting around getting high. So like,
oh yeah,
makes sense. But I feel like it's way more expensive in Greenwich. Like what you get for $20 there is not what you get for $20 here. Like,
true.
Halloween Havoc is coming back. Thank God. They're not gonna fucking do it, but I believe you expressed the same sentiments I did, that if you're gonna do this, you need to bring Shotzi back and let her host the fucking thing. Unless you get Alexa Bliss, which might be cool. Dexter was fun, but he didn't say shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times you can do that. Plus, like, he's in the love storyline with Indy now. Maybe Joanne Gacy, but that would bring a really weird vibe to Halloween Havoc.
Stop it.
Like him out there in his van in the parking lot hosting the show, kidnapping children.
Stop it.
Really weird show. Spin the wheel, make a deal, and it's a fucking kid pinned to a wheel, screaming in the back of a van. But no, Shotzi needs to be on this. Like, Shotzi was perfect for it. This is something that should be Shotzi's deal, whether she's a part of NXT or not. She should be the unofficial host of Halloween Havoc because she's the perfect person for it. I've been sharing in one of the group chats all of her mandatory horror movie nights that she does, which are fucking great. So if you're not checking those out, you should go check those out. I've been trying to watch along with at least the movies that I do have. So like Evil Dead 2 and Event Horizon and Army of Darkness, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's been great. Speaking of Alexa, apparently she's getting sinus surgery and might be out for a little while, which is why Lily got destroyed, to write her off TV for a little bit.
Yeah, but I still don't like it.
I'm not a fan of it either, because the last time we did something like this, Bray Wyatt got released and I never fucking saw him again.
No.
Neither here nor there. I know you talked a little bit about it. AJ Mendez is now an executive producer for WoW, who is going out of their way to fuck themselves up on this relaunch by marketing it around Tessa Blanchard and playing into the she's nuclear idea with t-shirts and bringing Izzy in and having Izzy interview her and say, like, sarcastically say shit, which does not help their image. Like, I get that they don't have big names outside of AJ Mendez, so like this was an available big name that they thought would bring eyes to the company.
Not the right ones.
Nah, no.
Here's my thing about it, right? I love AJ Mendez. AJ Lee was one of my favorite people in wrestling. I loved her. I loved her style. She reminded me a lot of Ashley, who I fucking loved. And like AJ being a part of this, an executive producer, she's going to do color commentary, apparently. I love that. Fucking love AJ. And the fact that we get AJ and Punk in wrestling in 2021. Who had that on their bingo card? Not me. That's for damn fucking sure. But then you have Tessa fucking Blanchard, right? this racist ass bitch as the centerpiece of your women's division, your women's wrestling company. What the fuck? And then you have Izzy, who is apparently also part of WoW. And like there's a whole bunch of shit with like people who trained her and whatever. I don't even know all the story of that. They could have done
apparently
so much
the guy whose gym she's training at is a registered sex offender, is my understanding. But that's where Tessa is training her out of, because I believe Tessa's training her and her parents are allowing her to go. I'm assuming going with like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, public service announcement. Don't let your kids go to a registered sex offender's gym. But if you do, for whatever reason, be there with them. Don't let them go alone or with like strangers.
Listen, this is the same kid who was crying because she got her bow taken off by Sasha Banks at a fucking wrestling event.
To be fair, it's been a few years.
I don't care.
She's not the same kid, but
I don't care. She's a child. That's the point I'm making. She's still a child.
That is a fact.
Because that was only a few years ago.
Yeah.
She is still a child. That should not be allowed. Parents are fucking stupid. Take care of your kids, people. Please. Please.
The Rock dropped a new rap song with my boy Tech9.
It was fucking dope. It was so cool. Yeah.
See, I listened to it while I was in the shower. Maybe I got to give it another listen to, but I was not feeling it. Because like I heard him do the song with Wyclef. I heard Pi, and I wasn't feeling his verse on it. And I didn't like, there are Tech9 songs that I fuck with, but this just wasn't one of the Tech9 songs that I fucked with. Like,
I mean, I only fucked with the Rock's part. Like, it's real here.
Fair enough.
Because like it like caught me off. It caught me off guard. I was just like, shit, he's so good. I mean, his flow was pretty damn good. I will say that.
I'll have to listen to it again. We'll see. I'll put him on a list between dipshit from the Acclaimed and John Cena and see where he falls.
Dipshit from the Acclaimed. Max Caster.
Yeah, dipshit from the Acclaimed.
Dipshit from the Acclaimed. Yep. Yeah. I knew you were gonna say it.
Fuck. Been some words here. I said what I said.
I said what I said.
No, JJ's not going to be. I was going to say JJ's not going to be happy about that because JJ was out there with the Acclaimed is better than Hit Row bullshit. So
that's blasphemous. Mm-hmm. Get that shit out of here.
You hear that, JJ?
That's blasphemy.
And we just did a draft.
Yes, we did.
We killed Vince in the draft.
Yes, we did.
Destroyed Vince in the draft. Here, you know what? Let's take a look here real quick. Let's tell everyone who we got on this draft because I have it.
Say you want to say both?
I'll run down both, or unless you want to run yours down.
I can run mine down.
Okay. So I was Monday Night Raw, and Monday Night Raw drafted Keith Lee, Ember Moon, Dexter Lumis, and the Street Profits, along with Edge, the entirety of the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin with MVP. I got the entirety of Imperium, including Walter, Braun Breaker, Odyssey Jones, Karrion Kross with Scarlett, Apollo Crews, Ridge Holland, LA Knight, Dominic Dijakovic, the Viking Raiders, and Tian Sha, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Charlotte, Shotzi and Knox, Toxic Attraction, Mandy, Gigi, and JC, Zelina, Carmella, Piper Niven, and then our bonus pick that Vince allowed us from AEW, I grabbed my boy Malachi Black.
As you should.
And then we set up champions, and I set up Keith Lee as my WWE champion, Ember Moon as my Raw Women's champion, Dexter as the US champion, and the Street Profits as my tag team champions. Katie, what'd you grab?
So I had SmackDown, right? SmackDown is the show. I got the entirety of the New Day. So Biggie, Woods, Kofi. See, I'm just going off my list. I don't have it separated like you do. Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Kaylee Ray, Tommaso Ciampa, Finn Balor, Tony Storm, which chef's kiss, Dakota Kai, Carmelo Hayes, and Trick Williams, Naomi, Sonya Deville. I have to now, especially after Friday.
We'll talk.
Damian Priest, Mustafa Ali and Mansoor, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus. We'll talk about that too.
Oh, right here in a second we will.
Liv Morgan, Grizzled Young Veterans, The Miz, Zoe Stark, Timothy Thatcher, Raquel Gonzalez, Baron Corbin, and my AEW pick was Cero Miedo, Lucha Bros. I also got to pick my champions. Cesaro, Universal Champion, the Lucha Bros as the tag team champions, and Naomi, the GOAT, pulling double duty. She is the SmackDown Women's Champion and the Intercontinental Champion because SmackDown, we doing intergender shit up in here.
There you go. Vince got whatever was left over. Not important.
He got some Latinos.
What is important is, as per the draft, the Sheamus stand gimmick is officially dead. We gave Vince notice. We gave him plenty of notice in the group chat as we were setting this up. If you do not draft Sheamus as your first round draft pick, after all the shit you have talked on this podcast, we will not let you live it down. You will no longer be able to call him the greatest mass wrestler of all time or run your mouth about this man. We will not have it. And not only did he not draft him first, he didn't even draft him at all. Katie got Sheamus in like the 16th or 7th or 19th round.
19th, yeah.
Yeah. So the Sheamus stand gimmick is dead.
Dead.
I think we're all happy about that.
Honestly, yeah. He starts talking good of Sheamus. Mute him.
But that should be coming out on the Straight Talk channel that Vince has. So if you don't follow him on YouTube, go do that. It's up on his Twitch, twitch.tv/SES Vince.
Yes, sir.
I don't do Twitch, so
but you got it.
I at least got it right.
You did.
Unlike some people who can't get my Facebook and shit right at the end of the show when they're in charge. Twitch.tv/SES Vince if you want to go watch it now. If you want to wait, it'll be up on YouTube, probably out on audio as well. So stay tuned. It was a fun time. We talked a lot of shit. I told somebody in the chat to suck my dick, like right off the bat. Benji, shout out. Yeah, no.
Fuck Benji.
It's what we do out there. All right, Katie, where do you want to start? Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Rampage, Dynamite?
You know what? Let's start Raw.
Raw.
All
right. So we had the draft. It was the end of the draft. When we get back to Spitter Swallows, just tell me if there was anything that you liked from that night of the draft. I'm not going to run down all the fucking draft picks, though. We are going to have a Spitter Swallow exclusive episode, hopefully shot soon, covering the draft, what we liked and what we didn't, that Vince is going to be running either by himself or with a co-host. We haven't figured that out yet, but that will be out officially, so you guys can check that out. But we'll talk about the draft at the end. So we got a Becky promo. She talks about how she never lost the Raw title. Charlotte comes out, reminds Becky who made her. Then Bianca comes out, says she has unfinished business with both these bitches. Becky instigates a fight between Charlotte and Bianca, and then Sonya and Adam make the main event for tonight and a couple other matches. The main event being Charlotte versus Bianca. Jeff Hardy loses to Priest. He hits a swanton and gets rolled up off his own fucking finish. Oh, I bet you Jeff Hardy stands are so happy about that. Then after the match, he says that SmackDown, we might see a new Jeff, or maybe it was before the match. I don't pay attention. I think it was after. And then Austin Theory comes out, wants a selfie with Jeff, gets two selfies with Jeff. One standing up and one on his back where we're used to see him because he falls down all the time.
Okay.
RK Bro interview. Riddle flirts with Randy. It was kind of weird. And then Randy challenges Omos to a one-on-one. We had Shayna versus Dana. Corey is trashing Dana on commentary. Shayna gets the win, and Doudrop comes out to save Dana's arm. Paul Heyman brags in an interview about the Usos move, and then the interview drops the Brock is a free agent line. The Usos kind of give him a dirty look and bail on him. Mustafa lose to Berto and Garza, because that is what I'm calling your tag team of Mansoor and Mustafa Ali is Mustafa now.
I actually kind of like that.
Corey said Byron's gonna get a new stepdaddy and implied that either Berto or Garza were going to fuck Byron's mom.
Or both.
We got a Big E promo. Talks about the New Day going to SmackDown, calls out Drew and his giant sword. Drew makes a challenge. Rudolph comes out and they're like, hey, what about us? We had history with both of you. Remember, I was champion and you were my bodyguard and blah, blah, blah. Not important. We get a tag team match. Big E and Big D, which Drew McIntyre referred to him as. And let me just say, ladies and gentlemen, real quick aside, if you have to carry around a giant sword and call yourself Big D, you might be overcompensating just a little bit. Also, Big Bob is what Bobby called himself. And then Drew's like, no one calls you that. And then Dolph Ziggler immediately called him Big Bob. So that was a thing. But Big E and Big D defeat Big Bob and Dolph Ziggler. We had some 24/7 BS that nobody cares about. KO promo interrupted by Tozawa, who catches a stunner and gets left because Tozawa wanted a match against Reggie. And this is the second week in a row. He interrupted the wrong person and got fucked up. Super Brutality defeat Nat Mina for the fucking millionth time. And we're still doing this. Yeah. And now we don't have any fucking tag teams for them to face. So that was cool. Because they split up I'll get to it. Goldberg promo Goldberg calls Bobby a liar and then calls him out. Bobby says, listen, bro. And you know what? I got to say, I'm on Bobby's Lashley's side here.
Yeah.
That kid came in the ring where he didn't belong. He attacked Bobby Lashley from behind. Bobby couldn't see who it was, didn't know who it was. He acted out of instinct, and that's what happened to Goldberg's child.
Listen, I was there. I witnessed that shit happen with my own eyes. That kid fucking deserved it. I'm 100% on Bobby Lashley's side. Also for Goldberg, but
also Bobby Lashley's on my roster, so shout out to Bobby.
Shout out to Bobby.
Bobby accepts a no holds barred match against Bill at Crown Jewel. Then Bill admits he's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. It's kind of like Crazy Katie. Bill admits he's crazy and threatens murder. Straight up says, no holds barred match. That means I can kill you in Saudi Arabia. And I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I'm pretty sure that's not allowed, sir.
Yeah.
Not allowed.
And then the Hurt Business attacks Goldberg from behind and gets fucked up because that's what they are there for. The New Day defeat the Hurt Business in a tag team match, and then the Profits come out, greet the New Day. They share a drink. Fun shit. Randy cuts a promo, asks if Omos was a big bitch or he's going to accept the match or not. AJ talks about the tag titles and ending RK Bro. Then Orton attacks AJ as Omos is getting ready to answer, and then they fucking leave and we don't get a match. Main event, Charlotte versus Bianca. Becky causes a DQ, and then Sasha comes out and beats the shit out of Becky. Because, all right, because I didn't get to talk about this last week. So, Katie, what are you swallowing for Monday Night Raw?
Okay. I'm gonna swallow New Day, Street Profits.
Okay.
That's always a fun time.
Always fun time. Oh, well, New Day Hurt Business. Street Profits came out afterwards.
Well, yeah, everything about that.
That whole thing.
Because like New Day and Hurt Business, like we running it back. You know, shout out to the pandemic. Yeah. Like that's all we fucking saw.
Pandemic.
I mean, that's how we got all those matches. Literally all of those matches, because it happened 100 fucking times. But it's okay. We took a break and we're back. It's good. They're not gonna be on the same show anymore. Come end of this month. Doesn't matter. I guess I'll swallow the Bobby stuff. Fuck Goldberg, first and foremost. I fucking hate Bill Goldberg. That is a known fact. Bobby Lashley, I fucks with Bobby Lashley. And him kind of like setting up Goldberg to like, you don't know what it's like to have your back turned and someone attack you and da-da-da-da-da, having Hurt Business come out. Kind of sucks that the Hurt Business got wrecked, but like, it makes sense.
I would have laughed if Bobby's like, don't hurt my children.
My children, my boys. No, but that's fine. Yeah. Goldberg also saying he's gonna murder Bobby Lashley. That's against the law. Right. Whether you're not in the country or not, like you can't murder somebody in a ring, 100%. To my knowledge. I don't know. See, I don't even know if I was swallowing that.
What?
The Becky, Bianca, Charlotte stuff in the beginning. I'll get to it. I'm not swallowing the match because that was whatever. I don't know. I kind of just like Becky being like, oh man, Charlotte's talking shit, Bianca. What are you gonna do about it? I just like Becky being a little shit stirrer, so I was fine with that. I think that's really it.
Well, I am swallowing Corey talking about Byron's mom getting fucked by Angel and Byron.
Or both.
Or both. 100%. Also gonna swallow Jeff Hardy getting rolled up after hitting a swanton because fucking hilarious. Like, how do you lose after you hit your finish? Like, how do you hit your finish and get rolled up? You know how weak your finish has to be that you didn't, not only did you not put the guy away, but you didn't put him away and he still rolled you up and got the win off it? Neither here nor there.
I mean, the match itself was good.
Definitely needs character change, I guess. People are like, oh, Willow. I don't know what the fuck a willow is. Like a pussy willow, like the tree. Like, what are we talking about here?
The tree. I think he had some character in TNA.
Yeah, no, it was in TNA. I know what it is.
I don't.
No,
I actually don't.
It's like an all black thing with like white lines. He's got like weird, crazy shit. Like,
does he look like a tree?
Kind of. He looks like a pussy willow. No, it's kind of like his version of the demon, I guess, or like.
Okay, like whatever. The Fiend, kind of like a that type of character, like a
sorta, yeah,
darker character.
But I'm not for that with him. You are past your prime, bro. Go reunite with your brother. Do a farewell tour with the tag teams and get the fuck off my TV. Shayna looking like a badass. I mean, Dana's back, which was out of nowhere. Not gonna talk about that, but okay. Shayna's still breaking arms, and then Doudrop versus Shayna pending. That's kind of cool. And then the Big D stuff was, I mean, it was a good match. It was fun. I don't give a fuck about Rudolph. So
yeah, I mean, I do like that they brought it back with Ziggler being like, listen, I kind of made both of you relevant. Like Big E, like a lot of people forgot that Big E was even Ziggler's bodyguard back in the day. I remembered. AJ was also there. Huh?
What?
What'd you say?
Nothing. Keep going. AJ was also there?
Yeah, AJ was there.
AJ Lee.
Yes, AJ Lee.
Executive producer for WoW.
Married to CM Punk.
Married to CM Punk. Not AJ Styles, who's married to Omos.
True. But then him.
Seriously? Think about this. Real quick. I'm sorry, but like if you saw AJ Styles and Omos walking together from behind, you think that is a very big black man with a really short white woman.
Yes. He's got a soccer mom haircut.
Yeah, you'd have no idea that was from behind, that was not an interracial couple. An IWC, if you will.
An IWC, if you will.
Yes.
That hasn't been mentioned in a while. But then him bringing up the fact that Drew, like after Drew got hurt in NXT and left and like had to go get surgery or whatever, and then he came back. I liked that aspect. The whole Big Bob, get the fuck out of here. But like that was a waste. That was stupid.
It was.
I hated it.
And Drew's Big D, because of course.
Yeah, like listen, Big E is the only big on that show. I mean, it was a lot of. No, never mind. I don't care. Big E is the only person. Y'all need to stop it.
What are we spitting for Monday Night Raw?
Bianca versus Charlotte. Let me explain. Charlotte no selling the KOD pisses me off. I didn't like it. I saw it multiple times. Like I looked at that specific part. I was like, she like turned her body and like it I hate Charlotte. That's a given fact. I know.
No, really?
No, why are you crazy? No, listen. Also the fact that Raw ended the same way SmackDown ended from last week.
Yeah.
With Sasha just attacking everybody. That was fucking stupid. Because why do the same thing on both shows? Like, you had an opportunity to do something different. You chose not to. You done messed up. I love Bianca. Not a big fan of Charlotte. Also, them saying this was the first time ever, and it wasn't. Kind of was annoying. It's the first time on Monday Night Raw. Not their first time going one-on-one.
Yeah, no. They do that shit all the time. Yeah, NXT doesn't count. Charlotte doesn't count her NXT championship wins. Matches that happen in NXT don't count. Blah, 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 blah. And it doesn't, you know why it doesn't count? Because it was while Charlotte was champion, and we're ignoring the fact that Charlotte was ever champion, so we can't talk about it. That's why.
Why the fuck do you know what? No, I'm not getting into it. I'm not going on a rant. I'm on Young Kings tomorrow. I might rant. Who knows?
Well, I'm about to rant because I'm spitting the WWE draft. The entire WWE draft. I'm not swallowing a goddamn thing from this. You split up the fucking New Day. Okay, fine. We just got them back. We were all excited. Oh, we could get the Hurt Business versus New Day again, or maybe, the Bloodline versus New Day, all this cool shit. And then no, Bobby over here, New Day over there. All right, fine.
Biggie?
Yeah, Biggie over here, New Day over there. Fine. You split up all the women's tag teams.
There's no women's tag division.
Rightful number one contenders who should have gotten the fucking title shot in Shotzi and Knox. And you know what? Fuck all of you who are like, this is so much better for them. I disagree. I think that they worked great together. I preferred the Fire Pit, but I still think that they made this work and did a great job.
Yeah.
I was rooting for them to go beat Natalya and Tamina for the tag team titles. I was excited for it. They were fucking fun. They were creating something. They didn't even really have time to flesh it out because they only were on TV for maybe 3 weeks outside of maybe a couple short backstage like things where they shot Baron Corbin in the dick. Like it would have been fun. It would have been great. We have no women's tag team. So now we got to make a bunch of new women's fucking tag teams or get rid of the titles.
Like hear me out. I don't care if there's no women's tag division after this or not. One night you have Super Vitality take on Shotzi and Tegan. Have Shotzi and Tegan win. They get to become a tag team again. You can split up Super Vitality and just have them be a tag team and just hold these belts forever.
Or just have them just do that anyway, because they let them still be a tag team on separate brands because the tag team titles travel from brand to brand. So if they win before, that's the other thing that I'm spitting is this idea that WWE came up with where we're going to do a draft, but it's not going to take place for 3 weeks because you know how I feel about fucking the brand split, and there is no brand split for another 2 weeks after this. Like after this week, it's another 2 weeks of just bullshit. No brand split. It's like if a porno, you watch the entire thing and then right before the cum shot, they're like to be continued in 3 weeks. Really? I watched this whole thing waiting to get to the big finale. And then at the big finale, you're not giving me what I came here for. I got to wait 3 weeks for it. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Some bullshit.
Get the fuck out of here. That is, like the fact that we have no women's tag teams, you let this women's tag division die. WWE did that. They let it fucking die. And that infuriates me.
They got rid of the Iconics. They broke up Bayley and Sasha, which was, I guess, fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Kabuki Warriors.
Bukkake Warriors gone.
Stop.
That's what they're called on the show. They're the Bukkake Warriors. They have always been the Bukkake Warriors. They will always be the Bukkake Warriors. You could have brought, well, no, she's hurt, but like you could have brought Io up. Like, and that was the other thing. You had all of these great draft picks that went undrafted. People like, no, Dakota you did all this work on Elias. Nothing. Well, we don't know if Dakota Kai's, we don't even know what the fuck's going on with Dakota Kai. Everyone just assumed Dakota Kai was getting drafted
because she was doing all those dark matches. That's why.
Drafted fucking Ridge Holland for some reason.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Gable, I mean, awesome. Stevenson just jumped the line. No, Stevenson.
I know. I'm making fun of people.
Is fucking weird. Like, why would you do that to your name?
He's anyway. A weirdo. Whatever. All that bullshit. But no, you have Ridge Holland makes no fucking sense. Xylee.
Why would you call her up and not Tian Sha? Because then again, you have Zaya and Mei Ying as a women's tag team. Oh, wait, that's right. We don't do that on the main roster anymore.
Oh,
No
Karen
point.
Q, shout out.
Yeah. Rika love that.
Which I know that's and like people can assume like it's fucking her. If people don't know it's her, y'all are dumb.
We should have known, and I hate to say this, like I hate to say this, but we should have known when WWE put a title on Tamina that was the death of that division, because they refused to put a title on Tamina for years. They finally gave her one. We should have known that. We should have known that was the end. It was end times.
That's like, and that's terrible to say, but like
it is.
It's because they also put another belt on Natty.
That too.
And you attached Natty to that. And like, I love Tamina. I'm glad we finally got to give Tamina her flowers and show her some respect, because she's been in the business for so long and like she worked her ass off for a lot of that when she wasn't hurt. But Natty, it's a fucking mess. I'm spitting the women's division because it's garbage besides like 3 people.
Fair enough. I had that pent up since I wasn't be able to come on here last week and like get it off my chest. So like I had to sit there and listen to Vince and Travis talk and just be like, I want to get on a podcast and yell about this fucking draft and I can't.
There you go.
Monday Night Raw, spit or swallow.
I think I'm just gonna gargle it.
I'm gonna swallow solely based on Jeff Hardy and the finish of that match.
Oh my god.
Getting busted by Austin Theory. That was a highlight for me.
Which, by the way, that was a complete ripoff of Tyler Breeze. So
yeah, I'm fine with that. He's not here anymore.
Tyler Breeze retweeted and he put haha. I was like,
if he had a selfie stick, that would have been extremely egregious. At least he didn't have a selfie stick.
That's true.
Yeah.
Egregious. Love that word.
Where are we going next? NXT, Dynamite, Rampage, SmackDown.
Should we just go in order? I feel like I always go in order. Should I switch it up?
It's up to you. You're the guide. I am just here to give the information along the way.
I hate this. Rampage.
Bang a quick one out real quick. All the way down here at the bottom of my notes. Kick it off with Punk defeating Garcia. Before the match, we had an interview. Mark Henry interviewing Punk 2.0 and Daniel Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
They 2.0 sucks. This match got ruined for me because Mark Henry talked about it on Busted Open before it fucking happened, about Punk winning, so I knew that was going to happen. Then we got Rush and Dante Martin backstage. Seidel shows up, says he doesn't trust Leo, thinks he's selling junk bonds. Leo's like, let me prove you wrong. I'll get a match next week against Punk for you to prove that I'm legit in what I'm saying. Claim to lose to Lucha Bros.
Yep.
Whack ass raps. Jade defeats Chicago. I believe Chicago's own Sky Blue. I'm pretty sure she's from Chicago. Then starts stomping the shit out of her after the match. Out comes Thunder Rosa with a chair to make the save. And then in our main event, the FTW Championship is on the line in, I guess, an unsanctioned match because the title's not sanctioned by. It was no holds barred, but like
it was a Philly straight fight.
If the title's not sanctioned by AEW, how can you have an official fight for a title that's not sanctioned?
I never thought about that, and I completely forgot it was.
Taz said it. He's like, this is the FTW title. It is a rogue title. It is not sanctioned by any company. And it's like, then how the fuck can you have a match for it on TV if they don't recognize it? How can it trade hands on AEW TV between wrestlers if they refuse to recognize that it exists?
Good fucking question.
I'm just saying. And people are going to be like, well, they're going to come up with some weird backhanded reasoning bullshit, whatever. Starks gets the win because Hobbs and Hook got sent. And basically it was a 3-on-1. And I am so sick of fucking Hook. Like, wrestling's Justin Bieber gets on my fucking nerves so bad for existing.
He does look like Justin Bieber.
He does look like Justin Bieber. He looks like wrestling version of Justin Bieber. And I'm done with it. Like, we haven't seen this man do anything but a dragon sleeper. Like, you guys are all like, send Hook. Hook's amazing. We're hookers. Like, get the fuck out of here. If you want to be hookers, go get that money, but not this way. This is not how you be a hooker.
A teenager.
Well, that wasn't the route I was going. That's not what I meant, but
well, I'm just saying, like, we talked about this a few weeks ago. It was like the obsession with Aaliyah. Mysterio to be precise. Everyone was like, oh my god, Aaliyah Mysterio foaming at the fucking mouth because y'all can't keep it in your pants. It's the same shit with Hook. Like,
I don't know how old Hook is, but if he's getting in the ring, I've got to believe he's at least 18. Not that it matters, because I believe Aaliyah Mysterio was 19 or some shit like that.
She was, but like,
not as gross as the way they were about Goldberg's kid, who isn't even of legal age yet in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, wait. How old is Hook?
How old is Hook? You were Googling how old is Hook.
I'm curious.
Now you're gonna be lumped in with all those creeps.
Well, I just typed in Hook AEW and it just took me to Team Taz. God. Members. Hook. He has a Wikipedia page. No, it's Taz. God damn it. It's Taz's Wikipedia page.
Thank God. I was like, if this motherfucker has a Wikipedia page already, like, what do you put on there? Son of Taz.
Taz's real name is Peter? What a concept.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a Peter. What the fuck? Ew, I hate everything about that. It's not going to tell me how old he is.
So, me and Apron Bump. Oh.
He was 99. Oh, so he's like an adult, kind of. So he's like the same age as Aaliyah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 99. No, he's older than Aaliyah. Math.
2019 would be 20. So yeah, he'd be 22. There you go.
I wasn't looking at it like that. I was looking at like, well, I was born in 96.
Yeah, so you did that new math that they teach. They didn't teach us that math.
What do you mean this? I haven't been in school in 2 years. College.
2 years, exactly my point.
College,
like that
college
weird
though.
Fucking new math that they've been teaching kids for the last 5 or 6 years or 10 years or however long. Anyway,
I have to decide here.
99, 2019 is 20 plus 2 is 22.
I never fucking said I was smart or good at math.
I'm just saying. What are we swallowing from AEW Dynamite?
Punk Garcia.
How do you feel about, because like I've seen like Marie Shadows and some other people bitching about CM Punk, about how he's just kind of running through the entire list of people that he mentioned that he wanted to wrestle. He's not really telling stories. Like he was kind of doing a Team Taz story, but then he beat Hobbs and now he's on to Garcia, and then now he might be going to wrestle fucking Dante Martin or Matt Sydal first. You know, like how are you feeling? Because we'll talk about it on Dynamite, but I was not feeling his promos these last couple weeks either. Like the interview that he did, I was not feeling that.
So I think, like with Punk recently, I mean, he had his match with Darby, Hobbs. I almost said Hook. God damn it. Not Hook.
No, Hook just choked him out because he's a badass.
The badass. Send Hook.
If you didn't hear the sarcasm, go look at the video and watch my face.
Hate it. And like Garcia, I just look at it as him working with this younger talent. Like they're not gonna have him lose yet. If they put him in a feud with somebody big, I don't know who else, or just have him do it with these younger guys, I don't really see an issue with it, especially because like there's no like real big like factors, I guess. So like his match with Darby, we knew Darby was gonna lose because like it was Punk's first match back. Hobbs, it was Punk proving that he still can go with someone young.
And it looked like it was building up to Stark too. So like it was a stepping stone to Stark, which we didn't get.
Exactly. Which we didn't get, which still doesn't really make sense. Maybe if the shit with Brian Cage is finally done, maybe we'll still get that match.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like with Daniel Garcia, whatever, he's had matches with like Mox, Kingston, Punk. Like he's a young kid who's getting in the ring with these veterans. So I look at it as him just putting in the work, and they clearly see something in Garcia at least to put him with Punk.
See, that's contrary to me, because if you see something in Garcia, why did you put him with 2.0? Like
I don't understand that either.
Seems like a step back. Like I would really see something in you. Go hang out with these guys.
Go hang out with Never Rise. Go ahead. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm hit or miss with Punk. I know people are like, it's not Punk. This is some corporate motherfucker who is kissing ass and whatever people want to say, which I don't really care. He was gone for 7 years. He's just enjoying his time. I don't really care. I'm down with CM Punk, but I can see why people aren't. Like I'm like on the fence about it, I guess. I have no real issue.
If this is CM Punk's farewell tour, let it be a farewell tour. Let him wrestle whoever he wants, have a good time, give us some good matches. Even though he's beating these young guys, he's getting them over because these young guys are going toe-to-toe with former WWE champion, blah, 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 CM Punk, who proved he can still go in the ring and he's not a sham of what he used to be. So, like, yeah, like, it sucks. I'd like more out of him, but also, like, if this is what he wants to do and say he does this and then he does leave forever and this is, the farewell tour we never got 7 years ago, then just let it be that and enjoy the time we got while we got it.
Because I really don't think he's going to be wrestling for another, 2 or 3 years. I really don't. Like, his cardio definitely isn't what it used to be. And, hasn't been in a ring in 7 years. And he's only had 3 matches. Just let him live. He's not affecting anybody. He's just trying to stage dive, giving kids shoes, being a good guy, just enjoying time.
Yeah.
Just let him live.
What else are we swallowing?
The Lucha Bros. My SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Fair enough.
Also, I know we hate Max Caster and the Acclaimed, but him pulling out the Arn Anderson line made me chuckle. So
Bowen, right? That's the other guy.
Anthony Bowens, yeah.
Yeah, Bowen does not fit Max Caster at all. Like they have completely different vibes. Him coming in at the end of he is not complimenting Max Caster's shitty raps by doing whatever the fuck he does. It's very weird to me and off-putting.
He just screams.
Yeah.
And the Acclaim have arrived, and then they did a weird scissoring thing with their fingers, and I really didn't fucking like it or appreciate it. So, yeah, but stop. I didn't like them doing it. I don't like you doing it. Please stop.
But I'm scissoring myself. I'm not scissoring someone else.
They were scissoring each other.
They were scissoring each other.
Things taken out of context.
That is literally probably going to be the title of the show, is They Were Scissoring Each Other.
You're welcome.
Episode 216. They were scissoring each other.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So I'm here.
They were scissoring each other and the draft.
You gotta have the draft in there somewhere. That's how I was just like, fuck, I gotta have draft somewhere in my title. But whatever.
There's not really.
Yeah, there's not really much.
Are you spitting anything?
No.
I'm gonna spit Team Taz shit just because Team Taz shit.
Because fuck Team Taz.
I don't care anymore. I haven't cared in a while. Brian Cage lost the title. Move the fuck on.
Ricky Starks could be doing so much more.
Yeah.
But no, you have him stuck with Taz, which, why? Ricky can talk for himself. We have seen it, especially when he was injured and he had to just talk. The kid can talk. Let him fucking speak for himself, not Taz. Taz can have his son sit on his lap and fucking commentary if he wants to have his son in the business.
Taz would be great for Hobbs if it was just Taz and Hobbs. I don't know if Cage needs Taz or not, but I don't think so. And that's already kind of out the books, and Starks definitely doesn't. So let's move on. Are we spitting or swallowing Rampage? I'm actually probably, I'm going to spit because I only really like the Lucha Bros. I didn't give a fuck about the Acclaimed. And then the one match that I would have really enjoyed, I already knew who was going to win. So that really sucked the wind out of my sails to know that going in, I knew Punk was going to win, but knowing for a fact that Punk won and how he won, Mark Henry, you told me how he won the match. The move he used to, he was explaining the psychology behind it. So they were talking about psychology and he was explaining why CM Punk used the move he used instead of the Anaconda Vice to win his match against Danny Garcia. And I'm like, that hasn't aired yet, right, motherfucker? Like, I'm listening to this
He did use the Anaconda Vice, though.
I don't think he used the Anaconda Vice. I thought he used something else.
I also wrote it down. Haha. First of us both having notes. Where'd it go? He did like a pile driver and then he went straight into the Anaconda Vice.
I'd have to watch it back. I honestly wasn't paying attention because I was told
Excalibur was putting
with
it
a different
over.
chokehold. And I was told it wasn't the Anaconda Vice by Mark.
Well, fuck Mark Henry, whatever. Yeah. Fuck Busted Open Radio. Like, why you gotta spoil shit?
What about you? I'm spitting.
I'm just gonna spit it too because, like, Punk and Garcia and Lucha Bros. That was all I really cared about. Mine also just because it was a long day, and I was just like, "How is Rampage still fucking on?"
I watched it today, like a few hours ago. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
time. What a concept! It's not real, but like, what a concept.
How do you feel about Tony Khan running his mouth about how he's going to beat WWE in that half an hour?
Which apparently may or may not even actually happen.
Yeah.
I saw somebody was like pulling up analytics, which I don't care. But Tony Khan, just shut up.
Well, so here's my thing. I don't mind it. I'm good with it, but like we have all these people out there that say wrestling fans perpetrate the Monday Night Wars or the Wednesday Night Wars or the AEW versus WWE stuff that AEW and WWE aren't doing it. I'm like, Tony Khan's doing it. Tony Khan's doing it all the time. Tony Khan is on Twitter. He is not as bad, but like getting to the point to where he's sticking his foot in his mouth as much as our former president that we don't talk about did on Twitter, because he just can't stop saying dumb shit. Like, someone take that man's phone loose
away. In the hospital. That's the former president. If you don't understand that, that's a quote from John Mulaney's stand-up special, which was fucking hysterical. No, see, I have no issue with Tony Khan saying it, but it's the fans who react to it. Leave me alone. I talk with.
I was with you. Like, yeah, it's the fans and the bullshit. Like, because they feed into it, but he's perpetrating it. And like I said, I don't have a problem with that. I was never someone that was against like AEW taking shots at WWE, or even when Triple H called AEW a pissant company. Like, I enjoy that stuff. Like, that's fine. But don't sit here and act like we're the ones causing the problem when this man is out here literally saying, I've been waiting to go to head to head with your best show and beat you, and now I get the chance.
Yeah, which, calm down again. But I just, like, again, I had no issue with it. Healthy competition. Let's fucking go. Just like wrestling, plain and simple. Fuck these fans. Like, I don't care. I don't want to see all this bullshit about like, oh, WWE. Get the fuck off my timeline and stop talking about it. Either you like WWE, you like AEW, or you like both. Shut the fuck up about it. Nobody cares about your opinions.
Some of us like AEW, some of us like WWE, some of us like both. Nobody likes Impact. It's great.
Nobody likes Ring of Honor. Like, can we go on and on?
I just found out that MLW comes on after Vice, apparently, and I was watching that. That gave me like mad ECW, like old school ECW vibes from a little bit that I watched. So, where you want to go next? SmackDown, NXT, or Dynamite?
Wow, we spent a long time on our page. NXT.
So we kick it off with Mandy Rose getting a big win over former NXT champion and current Monday Night Raw is Ritter champion Ember Moon. I'll run that back because I got Toxic Attraction as well. Mandy looking fantastic.
Looking like Thorn from the Hex Girls.
And other things. Then we got a Legado package on Hit Row. Santos drops out the challenge for the North American title, which Hit Row will accept later, which means Santos is probably going to win because Hit Row got called up to SmackDown. Odyssey Jones loses to LA Knight. Cameron Grimes interview. Dunn and Holland interrupt. Grimes accepts a match while distracted by some ladies backstage that he went to go hit on. Did not seem interested in him. Kyle and Von Wagner chat in the locker room, and Kyle's like, hey, I appreciate you out there, but I've got trust issues because all of my friends fucked me over and then left the company. And now I've got to carry the banner for the Undisputed Era and nobody likes me because I try to be cool and I'm not. So maybe you could just stay out of my business because trust issues. And Von Wagner let Kyle get his ass beat. Then he came back and he's like, yeah, so now that I saw you get your ass beat, whether you like it or not, I'm going to come help you. Ciampa in-ring promo, open challenge for Halloween Havoc. The big bad booty breaker, Baby Steiner Braun Breaker, accepts the challenge, says he's got the biggest balls in the locker room, and I don't doubt it. Unless he took steroids like Uncle Scott, then they're probably tiny. Ciampa says that the big bad booty breaker wants a stepping stone where the NXT title is Ciampa's life, and accepts the challenge. So we are getting big bad booty breaker versus Daddy for Goldie at Halloween Havoc. I am all the way in on that. And Braun Breaker is on my show, and Ciampa is on Katie's show.
Oh man,
kicking Vince's ass all over the place. Joey and Casey gets creepy in the dark. Indy and Persia stumble upon Tian Sha while talking about how big Dexter's dick is, or sexual prowess. It was unclear. Persia asked Indy, was he like a 7 or an 8? And Indy said 9.5. And then Persia's like, is that his measurement? And then Tian Sha happened. And we didn't really get an answer. So either he has a 9.5 inch dick or he was a 9.5 in bed. Either way, I believe both, because motherfucking Dexter Loomis,
both.
who was also on my show, Big Dick US champ Dexter Loomis. That's the real Big D right there. And he don't have to call himself it. Indy will tell you. Ikeman and Jiro loses to Joey and Gacy, and then Gacy gives him a creepy hug after the match. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the debut of Brock Lesnar's illegitimate child, Parker Boredom, in the stands, or Harland, whatever the fuck they called him, Harley Quinn, whatever. Looks like Lesnar fucked Snitsky and they had a fucked up child. That's what that man looked like with a shaved head. We also got Cora Jade, supposed to have a match against somebody. Frankie Monet fucked her up and then beat Cora Jade.
Cora Jade
I'm sorry, Cora Jade won. Yeah, no. So I have Frankie Money instead of Monet fucked her up, and then right below it I have Frankie fills in and loses to a roll up. So Cora Jade got the win with the skateboard and shit. Basically do you watch NXT UK?
No.
Not familiar with subculture. All right, never mind.
Well, isn't that Mark Andrews?
Well, Mark Andrews, and then his tag team partner, that the mod dude, the mod father.
No, see, I only know Mark Andrews.
Fuck. And then Danny as well, female, who's like a weightlifter, bodybuilder over there.
Oh, cool.
Danny, I can't remember her name. Anyway, they're skateboarders. They're kind of alt punk, blah, blah, blah. And I felt like Cora Jade was like an American version of that, because why not? MSK and GYV incited a huge tag team brawl backstage. Ciampa does an interview, interrupted Joe Wayne Gacy. Joe's like, hey, if you're handing out shots, I'd like a shot, backstage in private, not like in front of everyone where the big bad booty breaker was. And Ciampa's like, I'll tell you what, you beat me next week, we'll make it a triple threat match. Why the fuck not? Ciampa's going to end up getting fucked in the back of a van. Like, Gacy's coming out with candy, and this is not going to end well.
Stop it.
Clown paint and everything. Clown paint and tears. That could also, Clown paint and tears could be the title of this episode too.
Oh, you got options. And the draft.
Dunn defeats Grimes. Kyle comes for Dunn, but gets destroyed by Dunn and Ridge, because Ridge still has 3 weeks to have Pete Dunne's back before he has to go up and, do things that Pete Dunne should probably be doing instead. We get the debut of the Soprano knockoff, Tony D'Angelo. He defeats Malik Blade, who got a lot more offense than I thought Malik Blade was going to get in Tony D'Angelo's first match. Were you impressed? Well, we'll get there. That's Spitzer Swallows. We got a Hit Row promo. Swerve accepts the challenge. Trick Mello do an interview, tag title match without using the contract. So they were excited about that. Indy Loomis defeats Mei Ying after some bullshit. And then Mei Ying sits up like Sudoku from the Japanese version of The Ring, because that's kind of what she looks like with the long hair. Lash Legend tells Tony D'Angelo, maybe you can come on my show, because Tony's like, hey, maybe you should have me on your show. She thought he was from The Sopranos. Very confused. While she was bragging about the big debut of Lashing Out. Giant Gonzalez addresses Mandy Rose. Toxic Attraction answers the call. Don't know why I said Toxic Attraction so weird.
Toxic Attraction.
Gigi and JC get a little mic time. Not so sure if that was a good or a bad thing. JC was a little better than Gigi. I'm not going to lie. Props to JC Jane. Io and Zoe then come out, make it 3-on-3. Toxic Attraction leaves. Indy and Persia confront Zoe and Io about how they want tag team titles, and they're like, well, didn't we just beat you to win these tag team titles? And she's like, well, you beat me in Candace, but this is me in Persia, and this is completely different now. Like, I've had 9.5 inches. I'm a new person.
She's a new woman.
MSK versus GYV versus Briggs and Jensen versus Trick Mello. MSK retains their tag team titles in a fatal 4-way elimination tag match. Good shit, I guess. Vince got MSK. Good for him. Where's Swallow? What are you swallowing?
Well, you also forgot to mention that Imperium attacked MSK after the match. And the country bar saved them.
So I didn't forget that. It's just,
you just didn't mention.
Stop taking notes after I wrote MSK versus GYV versus Briggs and Jensen versus Trick Mello.
Okay.
So I guess I did forget it because I didn't put it in my notes, but I forgot to put it in my notes. So then I didn't have a reminder. So it wasn't like I ignored it. I guess I did forget it. Okay, fine. I forgot it. Whatever.
You went full circle with that. That's okay.
Neither here nor there. What are we swallowing?
Toxic Attraction every fucking week.
Can't go wrong with brown hair Mandy.
It hits different in the best way possible. Like, I'm not okay. Like, Jesus. Love Mandy Rose. The camera angles are still fucking weird, but like, Mandy Rose.
I was all for that.
I was, but
like they shot her from the crotch up. I was feeling it.
I feel like if they, I don't know, they're gonna tweak it a little bit, maybe.
I'm gonna call that POV. It was that POV shot.
Okay. But also the match with Mandy and Ember. Love that. I wonder what's gonna happen with Ember.
She alluded to like kind of a character change or something coming up. So I love Ember Moon. That's why I made her my women's champion. I can't wait to see what she has coming. I'd love to see her get another run with the NXT women's title. I understand why she went down to NXT and why she didn't come up with Shotzi, though I think Fire Pit would have been great until WWE split them up because they hate women's tag teams. So it's probably a good thing that Fire Pit didn't come up.
Period. Oh God. What else? And you know what? I'm gonna swallow Tony D'Angelo. I was about it.
Say it again one more time.
No.
Okay.
Also, him trying to bribe the ref.
I just want to clip that and like tag him in it.
Stop. Ew. Don't make it weird.
I'm just trying to help you out. That could be a decent interview for Inside the Mind of Tony D'Angelo. He'll have questions at the end of the show. That's for sure. So you're swallowing D'Angelo. Yeah, I'm with D'Angelo. I enjoyed him. He was cool. Like I said, I'm surprised that what I thought was going to be a squash match wasn't a squash match because I'm not familiar with Malik Blade. But Malik Blade looked good too. So like, hey, two guys, brand new, nice debut. Tony's got a nice finish. Definitely worked that kind of street brawler style to play up the Chicago Italian mobster parody.
Soprano shit. Yeah. I don't know. I was gonna swallow. You go. I can't think of anything else.
I'm gonna swallow Indy Loomis defeating Mei Ying. I enjoyed seeing Karen Q.
Yeah.
Indy got the win, which is a plus.
I was surprised they didn't have Mei Ying win though.
I was too. I have Mei Ying on my roster with Tian Sha. But shout out to Persia for taking a bullet for Indy. Like she went from I'm just here to go to Disney to like taking a bullet in that match that would have ended Indy. I did. Yeah.
Because like when you're saying it, I picture it being written out.
I did.
At least you're consistent.
I'm just listen, if I tweet stuff that I enjoy, I've got to say it on the show too, in case people didn't see the tweet. Yeah. Lash Legend, I enjoy. I'll swallow Lash Legend as well. I'm curious as to see what Tony and Lash cook up. I'm curious about Joe Wayne Gacy in this match against Ciampa, but I'm not on board with Joe Wayne Gacy.
I don't. So. It creeps me out. Like I get like hardcore creepy vibes, and like it makes me nauseous. Like he kind of gives me like legitimate creeps, not just like something in a TV show. No, like I feel like if I saw him out in public, I would pull a knife out and run away.
Ciampa, big bad booty breaker.
Yeah,
that promo.
Baby
Steiner's big balls. Swallowing that all day.
Baby Steiner is slowly
that. Tag him in it. Baby Steiner's big balls. Swallow that all day. I'll say it twice.
All right. Baby Steiner is slowly becoming one of my favorite things on NXT.
I know. I almost, just as like a really surprise thing to fuck with you guys, I almost drafted him first, but I knew if I didn't draft Keith Lee first, I wouldn't get Keith Lee, and I really wanted Keith Lee. So,
see, I didn't put Keith Lee like on my list because I knew either you or Vince were going to take him, so I was like, there was no point. I had Braun Breaker on my list, but he was like the very bottom, like towards the very bottom, because I thought, well, maybe Matt won't take him, but then I was like, it's Matt, he's gonna fucking take him.
Big meaty men slapping meat on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
What are we spitting from NXT? I'm spitting Harlan, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, fuck that.
The Snitsky Brock fucking clone and Joe Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, like that's too much creep. I don't like it. Burn it with fire.
They're probably gonna end up being a tag team. Like watch them be a tag team where Joe Wayne Gacy comes with the candy and then fucking creepy ass Harlan is in the van. He's the one that grabs you, chokes you out, puts you to sleep so that Joe Wayne can have his way with you for clown tears or clown paint and sadness. Clown paint and tears. Yeah. I got there. I'm just telling you.
I hate everything about that.
And then he'll be like, it's not my fault. Call me the beast. It's not my fault.
Call me the beast. I hate you so much. Yeah, fuck that. He's creepy. Why? Like you made him out to be like baby Brock. And then you shave his head, make him look 10 times creepier. You have him just stare. Like, no, we have enough of these characters. Stop it. Just stop it.
There was something from Diamond Mine. I didn't write that down in my notes either, but I enjoy Ivy Nile. She was she was on that show The Rock did.
The Titan Game or something.
Titan Games, yeah. My friends, John and Caroline, would come over before Caroline really got into wrestling. They were watching Titan Games, and she saw her in the crowd during the pandemic for NXT. She's like, oh my God, that's so-and-so from Titan Games. And I had no idea who the fuck she was talking about because I didn't watch Titan Games. But that was one of the reasons she kind of got excited for NXT and stuff like that, was seeing someone she knew there. And no, Ivy Nile looks cool. I'm curious to see what she can do. So
yeah, I can't wait to see her in the ring, honestly. That'd be cool.
Spitting Cool Kyle as well.
As you always do. I'm spitting Carmelo and Trick getting eliminated first in that fucking tag team match. Why? Like
disrespect.
The disrespect.
Though, if you look at it, okay, so think about this. MSK's winning.
Obviously.
Do you put Trick Mello over GYV and eliminate GYV first when they're former tag team champions over in NXT UK and an established tag team?
No, because I really thought it was gonna at least come down to MSK and UIV, not. Well, I don't know. I really thought like the country bar was gonna go first.
Well, I was gonna say, then you've got the country bar or whitewashed APA, however you want to look at it.
A lot of names.
But if you eliminate them first, they're coming back out at the end for the big save against Imperium.
That's true.
So do you make these guys that are supposed to be a dominant blah blah blah, they're come out and attack Imperium at the end of the show, look weak by going out first?
I don't like when you make sense. Okay, fine. I'll point it like this. They should have gave Mello and Trick more offense at least.
I agree with that. Yeah, they went out quick.
Like too quick. I feel like I went downstairs like grab a drink, and I came back up like as the match was starting, and 3 seconds later, I feel like they were eliminated. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
and you drafted them anyway, or you just drafted them too.
Yeah, because Carmelo Hayes, baby. That's why.
NXT overall, spit or swallow. Unless you got anything else you want to spit.
I don't really want to spit. I feel like we covered the spits. I'm gonna swallow NXT.
Yep. Toxic Attraction, Ciampa, Big Booty Breaker. What more can you ask for?
That's all we need, really.
Raw or Dynamite? Or SmackDown or Dynamite? SmackDown or Dynamite?
Dynamite.
Dynamite. The Super Elite defeat Christian, Bryan Danielson, aka Tree Seaman Danielson, and the Jurassic Express. Christian leaves during the match hurt. And while he's down, they took away my suspension of disbelief by attacking Marco Stunt and everyone around him. Because like if he's really injured, you're not gonna be super kicking motherfuckers in the area where he's hurt. So then I was like, oh, okay, he's fine. The match was an 8-man tag clusterfuck, spot fest, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Opening Dynamite match. Mox backstage promo, can't be pinned or submitted. By the way, the Super League did get the win, and I believe Adam Cole was the one that got the win. Am I correct in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mox promo backstage talks about how he can't be pinned or submitted by anyone on the roster, and I'm like, you lost your title to Lance Archer. Neither here nor there. And then he says he's going to win tonight.
He wasn't pinned or submitted by Archer.
How did he lose the title then?
It was the Texas death match. He was in the table with the barbed wire. Remember?
Yeah, but didn't he get pinned?
No. They made it like a count out thing, remember?
I don't remember. How do you lose a title by count out?
The rules didn't. I didn't understand the rules. I don't know. Look it up if you don't believe me.
Fair enough.
But he did get pinned by Kenny to lose the legit title.
Yeah.
But so since then he hasn't.
Listen, ICUP championships don't matter anyway. So.
I thought it was ICP Eastern champion or some shit.
No, it is the ICUP Western Hemisphere champion.
Western Hemisphere. I'm so silly.
You are on the wrong side of the planet.
I'm so silly. How foolish.
We got that Max backstage promo, basically talking about the ladder match, the main event. CM Punk promo where he took the long way around to get to challenging Garcia at a match at Rampage. We got an Arn video package where he's just gangster as fuck in Cody's backyard burning his clothes. And then Cody's like, Arn, what are you doing? He's like, come down here, bitch. Let me talk to you. And backhands him in the face and then says, get naked. We're burning the shit you're wearing too. And Brandy goes on Twitter and says that she likes this Arn Anderson. She likes the Arn Anderson that is backhanding the father of her child, burning his shit, and basically put an imaginary gun to his head. Because Arn's not done with Cody. Arn is trying to break Cody down to bring Cody back up as something not so corporate and weak. Get the American Nightmare back, I suppose. Sammy Guevara defeated Bobby Fish, who got an AEW contract after this, which confused the shit out of me, but we'll talk about that. American Top Team jumps Sammy. Fuego del Sol thinks, oh, hey, I don't ever win. Let me come out and help, and gets his ass whooped too. And then finally, at least some of the inner circle came out, not to really help Sammy, but to get revenge on American Top Team, because apparently the inner circle doesn't exist anymore. Hager and Jericho were just there to go after Sammy, or to go after American Top Team. They weren't there for Sammy. Proud and Powerful didn't even fucking show up. Like, they didn't care what happened to Sammy. None of them celebrated with Sammy after he won the fucking TNT title. It's weird.
True.
Dan Lambert cries about Judas and people singing it, then heals it up, lays down a challenge for a 6-man tag. The Men of the Year and Dos Santos versus, I believe it's going to be the Inner Circle, Sammy, Jericho, and Hager.
I believe so.
The Acclaimed has no bars, but they exist. Tony Schiavone announces the TBS title for the women in a tournament, and Dynamite moving to TBS on January 5th. It's basically just the TNT title, but it says hose, and it
doesn't say hose.
It says hose.
It says TBS.
It looks like hose. Capital H-O-S. Look at it.
Stop
hose.
it. Stop.
Which is very disrespectful, especially if you're not going to have the Godfather out there to present that title. JR interviews Darby about MJF. Then Darby gets a win over Nick Camarado. QT hits Sting with a diamond cutter. Sting no-sells it, then hits him with the Scorpion Death Drop. Dante Martin issues an open challenge and accidentally summons Aleister or Malachi Black, who comes out and fucks him up with the Black Mist and the Black Mass, and then accepts his challenge, which is where Lio Rush comes in to try and coach him and help him out because he fucked up. Ricky Starks has a promo where he runs his mouth, and then Cage shows up and whoops his ass, and then Team Taz saves him. We know how that ends on Rampage. Hikaru Shida loses to Serena Deeb in probably the best match of the night. Deeb turns heel and smashes the trophy over Shida's face because Shida did not get her 50th win. She was not the first woman to 50 wins in AEW, but they made her a plaque anyway.
Just in case.
Darby accepts the challenge from MJF. Pinnacle crushes Darby in masks out in
Retribution.
The parking area. Yeah. Lio Rush vignette. Again, like I said, he's a businessman. Propositions Dante Martin. And then in the poker chip ladder match, that's what it's called, right?
Casino ladder match?
Poker chip.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you go up a ladder to get the briefcase, it's the Money in the Bank briefcase, correct?
Mm-hmm.
When you go up the ladder to get the poker chip, it's a poker chip, correct?
Technically speaking, yes. Okay, fine. We'll call
neither
it
here nor there. Doesn't
poker
matter.
chip.
Poker chip ladder match. Joker, motherfucking Hangman Adam Page is back and wins and hit my finisher, the Deadeye, off a ladder through a table. Beautiful, scary, but beautiful. What the fuck does he mean they didn't? And why are you not on the show, Vince? If you can fucking DM, you're probably working. Neither here nor there. I don't know what he means.
Because I asked if they had a graphic of Diamond Mine on
I found
the website.
Diamond Mine.
I know.
Where the fuck is Reek been too? They need to pay attention. See, now I'm doing you and I'm on my phone, but we're doing a show. You are a bad influence. Swallows. AEW Dynamite.
Vince, chill. Throw off my train of thought.
Hangman wins.
100% Hangman.
Big swallow.
Big swallow. Also, his thing said finally showed up to work.
Mm-hmm.
I love those every time.
And it's great because, like, one of the things I loved about Matt Hardy, the better Hardy boy, Savannah, who's not even going to listen to the show.
She doesn't listen to the show.
Matt Fax, when he used to come out, like, they were fantastic.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
So this reminds me of Matt Fax, which is why I love it.
Also, shout out to Hangman for being a dad now. Congratulations to him and his wife.
I did something before Hangman Adam Page. Welcome to the club, bud.
Good job. Yeah, obviously we swallow Hangman 1000%. I'm also gonna swallow Deeb and Cheetah because it was the best match of the night, hands down. 2 women kicking ass, taking names, deep turned heel, wrecked the plaque and Sheeta's face at the same time. Sorry, my hand hurts. I'm also gonna swallow like parts of the opening match. Like, I'm not gonna swallow the whole thing. I'm gonna swallow like only certain parts of it.
The
like
Adam Cole parts.
Well, yeah, that was funny because like he looked like he genuinely was having a fun time, but also all of the shit done to Jungle Boy at the very end, like that kid almost died. Like he took like a quadruple super kick to the face, a BT trigger with like 4 people. That poor kid. But like, I enjoyed it. Like, I'm okay with the spot fests every once in a while, but I mean, it was a bit much. But I just like certain parts of it. I mean, I just like Adam Cole.
It started the show hot. I'll give him that.
It did. There was a lot going on, and like it was a good way to get Christian off TV so he can go defend his title at Bound for Glory. That's why when you said injured, I said this because
I don't understand why we would injure him in AEW so he could go defend the title at Bound for Glory, because there's one universe that exists. What?
There's nobody watches Impact.
Well, that's true. But I mean, it is one universe that exists, so he is still Impact. Even though did he bring the Impact? Does he wear the Impact title when he comes out?
He had it. He had it on Dynamite.
Did he really? Need to pay better attention to his crotch.
Recording. Gosh, he had it in his hand actually. He was like holding it.
I'll also swallow the American Top Team shit.
I can just gargle that. I just can't stand Dan Lambert. Like, I get it. He's good heat, but like his voice just really annoys me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan.
But it's supposed to. He's supposed to be annoying.
I know.
Which is why I can get down with it. And then Arn.
Yes.
Swallowing Arn all day.
Anderson. That is a gangster if I've ever seen one. He said he's gonna pull out a Glock on Cody last week. And then this one, he was burning his clothes in his backyard, smacked the shit out of him. He's treating Cody like a little bitch, and I love it.
Anyone that smacks Cody gets a swallow.
Facts. That is a staple on this show.
Also,
the encounter of Dante Martin and your boy Malachi Black, because I know that match is gonna fucking slap.
Okay, so yes and no. I'll swallow it for existing, and I'll spit it when we get to it. And I don't know who this is on, but I've got some issues. So, when we get there, we'll get there. The host title. We swallowing the host title?
I am gonna swallow the TBS title. For as much shit people are giving it, they're like, oh, they don't use their women's division. This is a way for them to fucking use their women's division.
Fair enough.
You have, at least from the video package after the fact, we know who is in this tournament. Thunder Rosa, Sky Blue, who's really good, and she's up and coming. Shout out. Jade, Ruby Soho. I personally want Big Swole to win it first, but I'll be happy if Jade also wins it first, because both of them, I think, would deserve it. Because then you can have Rosa be the one to take the title off Britt, long-term storytelling, whatever, and you can have Jade hold it for a while. I love this because, like, it gives you more opportunity to have more than one women's storyline on your fucking show, and you let Britt Baker still be the champ, you know? Right. So people who are complaining, fuck off. Like, AEW's 2 years old, their women's division is actually getting good. Let them slowly figure it out and not fuck it up completely.
Fair enough. Anything else?
I feel like that's it.
What are we spitting? Well, I'll start.
Okay.
His name's Malachi Black, so I get to use the Black Mist. But again, if I'm going to give people shit for not following things, the Black Mist is supposed to blind you. Cody was not blinded by the Black Mist when he took it. Dante Martin was clearly not blinded by the Black Mist Why are we using the black mist in inappropriate ways? There's an established continuity for these mists and what they do. And they talked about it when Paige got misted by Asuka, when Asuka and them turned heel on Paige. Like, this was a whole discussion thing about what the mists do and all of this stuff. So again, if Malachi Black is going to use the black mist, have him blind people with it. I get his name is Black, so his mist is black, but there's a continuity here that we need to follow, and that I am spinning.
Fair.
See, I can be unbiased. Unless it's Jeff Hardy or fucking Riddle.
Those are the only two exceptions, so like.
Black missed both those bitches.
Whatever. I don't know. Do I even want to spin anything?
I'm also probably gonna spit the Punk promo. Like I said, I wasn't feeling it, and he took a really long time to get out there and get around to making a challenge to Daniel Garcia. I wasn't feeling that. Darby versus Nick Camarado because QT was there.
Fair. Yeah, nobody likes QT. I'm just gonna spit Leo Rush. I'm not a fan. I don't understand this. Like, I get it's basically like another Matt Hardy thing. Is what it seems like.
Lashley.
Stop it. I didn't like that either. I did not like that either. I don't know. I feel like it's just basically the same gimmick that Jade's manager / MJF's old lawyer and Matt Hardy have. Like, I feel like it's just the same thing.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna spit that. I think that's the only thing I'm gonna spit. The only other thing I'm gonna spit.
Okay. I'm gonna spit Stark's promo because Team Taz.
Oh yeah, we hate Team Taz.
Yeah. Dynamite overall, spit a swallow.
Swallow
Dynamite. I'll swallow too. Wasn't a bad show. I enjoyed a lot of it. And props to Deeb and Sheeta for tearing it down. So
hell yes.
All right. SmackDown, the final show of the evening. We kick it off with what was supposed to be a contract signing between Bianca, Sasha, and Becky. Sasha's standing on the table, getting oogled by the commentators. Bianca's in the ring with Adam and Karen DeVille, and Becky has her own table on the rampway with a new big CGI Big Bex graphic above her head when they do the announcing. Got a lot of shit talking here. Becky and Sasha jump Bianca. Bianca ends up KODing Becky onto Sasha through a table, which first she picked them both up and then Sasha slipped off and then got kicked and like kind of fell into place on the table for that spot. But after the fact, Becky's all pissed off and Karen DeVille somehow still convinces her to sign the contract. And then she hits Adam in the nuts, which I didn't even know he had any, but apparently he does.
We thought Roman took them all.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio loses to Sami Zayn in the opening of the King Ring tournament. Sammy is backstage gaslighting Dom some more before the match. Grooming, if you will. Dom ends up coming out to try and help Daddy and fails and costs Daddy the match and the King of the Ring tournament. And also they note that King Nakamura, who never won a King of the Ring championship, gave up the crown for this false King Nakamura. You don't become King of the Ring by beating the guy who's the King of the Ring.
I know.
It's not how it works.
I know. But that also means Baron Corbin isn't King of the Ring anymore either. So fuck that.
Well, yeah, no, we're good with that too. But actually, I don't know. King Corbin might be better than Happy Corbin in this jackass Madcap Moss, but we'll get into that.
We'll get there.
We got a Seth interview. He's still no answer to his challenge. He's going to find someone with power to make the challenge happen. Then Seth threatens Adam and Sonya with holding the show hostage if Edge doesn't respond tonight when he does find them. Zelina defeats Toni Storm in the opening match of the Queen's Crown tournament, the female King of the Ring. Not a fan personally of Toni in tights.
Yeah.
Also, it does look like she lost the weight, and we heard rumors that WWE was pushing for her to lose weight, and WWE, you are fools. Let that woman be who she is. Do not make her lose weight. She was perfect the way she was. Now, if it's something Tony wants to do for Tony, that is Tony's.
Go for it.
Yeah, that's her prerogative, and I'm fine with that. But if it's WWE saying we want you to lose weight before we push you, that's fucked up. Do not do that. Shame on you. Let that woman be, because go check out at Deadass Jizzy for all of the Tony's thick tweets that you want to see why we support Tony the way she was.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one who noticed she did look like thinner though. She came out and I was like, something seems off. And then like I looked and I was like, holy shit. I mean, she looks good regardless, but
we got the Bloodline promo. Paul had one job and did it. Roman wants Paul to tell the truth about Brock being a free agent. They start chanting Suplex City. He says Suplex City doesn't exist on the island of relevancy. Then it seems like Paul is digging himself a really deep hole, talking about all the things and Brock and blah, blah, blah. But then Roman's like, I don't want you to tell me. I want you to tell Brock. And Paul looks in the camera and tells Brock that he told him he was the one that was going to beat The Undertaker. And now he's telling him that Roman's going to be the guy to beat him. Which Roman's already beat him. So, yeah.
It's so weird.
Meliface defeats Liv.
Sorry.
We had an interview with Mace. Still got the face paint on. That was kind of weird. We're supposed to get happy talk with the Street Profits, but KO crashes the party and then gets his ass beat by Madcap Moss and Baron Corbin. God, I hate those names. Mm-hmm. Karen DeVille is confronted by Naomi and says, you know what? I'll make the match, you and me, next week. I'll get back in the ring. I'll do it. And Katie came. Finn defeats Cesaro in the first round, opening round of the don't know what you're talking about. You came to the show. We appreciate you being here. Had nothing to do with Sonya and Naomi. Finn defeats Cesaro in the opening round of the King of the Ring tournament as well. And then Seth Rollins babbles and taunts Edge until he shows up. Edge comes down, they brawl. Seth gets away, and Edge says, I accept, and it's going to be Hell in a Cell in Saudi Arabia.
Let's go.
What are you swallowing?
Sonya Deville's finally getting back in the ring. And if this is just a ploy and she doesn't, I'm going to be pissed. Because that's just rude and that's playing with my emotions, and I'm not going to be okay. But like, I was a little off guard. I was like kind of paying attention because I knew I had to take notes for you in case, like we did the show yesterday. And so like, I was trying to like write out what Naomi said, and then I was going to like fix it later. And then Sonya was like, oh, you have a match with me. I sat up so fast in my chair and was giving myself whiplash. I said, did she just fucking say she's getting back in the ring? Say less. I'm in. Give it to me now. That's why I have both of them on my roster. Shout out. Because I want that match to happen regardless. I'm so excited.
What else you swallowing?
No, what if I was like just that?
Bloodline promo was good.
Oh, that was so good. Because when Heyman's talking to the camera and Roman's just glaring at him in the back, it's the little shit like that that makes this whole storyline so good. And him grabbing Paul's face so gently was fucking weird but hysterical. I loved that. Edge being like, listen, motherfucker, is it gonna happen in Hell in a Cell? Yes.
The last time we had a Hell in a Cell in Crown Jewel, it did not go so well.
And that's why Seth's face looked like that, because he was having PTSD. But like, I hope it goes well.
Yeah, don't get rid of the fucking red cell. Anyway,
yes.
Also gonna swallow the KOD through from Becky onto Sasha through the table. I enjoyed that.
Yes.
What are we spitting from SmackDown?
Actually, I did want to also swallow Finn and Cesaro.
Yeah.
That match slapped because it's Finn and Cesaro, which I also have both of them.
I'm spitting out of straight bias because I wanted to see Cesaro win.
Touché.
The man needs give the man something. Like, let him be king of the ring. Like, give the man it's got to be Xavier. I'm with you. It's got to be Xavier Woods. It's got to be Xavier Woods. It needs to be Xavier Woods. But like, also, don't take him out in the first round. Like, Finn's been Universal Champion. Finn's been NXT Champion. What's Cesaro got? A couple Intercontinental titles and some tag titles. Like, give the man a little something. And he's gonna put on. He's gonna put on great matches throughout the tournament. So like, let them be that. Like, let them be good long matches. I'm spitting. Oh, actually, I want to swallow Melloface just because now that she puts that face mask on, I think of Leatherface, which is why I call her Melloface now. But I'm spitting the fact that both her and Zelina won, because I understand that the King of the Ring and probably the Queen's Crown tournament is set up for a heel to win, which I'm fine with. But it's weird to me that both Tony and Liv lost in the first round, and now we're gonna have Zelina versus Carmella, so it's heel versus heel in the second round. I feel like it would have made more sense if you were building one of those heels up to make your baby face bigger going into the main event. If the baby face on SmackDown is going to go, or if that heel is going to go, to have her crush baby faces along the way. So let's say you're pushing Zelina. Zelina defeats Tony this week, Liv next week, and then whoever wins the other side of the bracket, and then goes on to win or lose the tournament against whatever baby face wins from Monday Night Raw, or however they're doing it. But those two heels going at each other didn't make sense. Like, why not throw Tony a bone? You have done nothing with her since you called her up. Let her get one win, maybe, over Zelina if you want to push Melloface. Like,
or the fact that when they announced this, everyone thought Liv or Shayna were going to win. Now it's definitely going to be Shayna 100%. Like, if it's not Shayna, then they fucked up 800 different ways. I'm also spitting the fact that both of these matches were 3 minutes long total. Both.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed. Like, we've been waiting for a Queen of the Ring tournament, Queen's Crown, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's the same goddamn thing.
You could have cut the entire fucking Happy Corbin segment, which I'm also spitting, and given them more time.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck him. Nobody cares about Madcap Moss because that's stupid. Poor Kevin Owens just wants to leave at this point. He's done with all of them. Like, he's done with Madcap Moss and Corbin. Akira Tozawa, he's just like, why am I doing this? I just want Kevin Owens to be happy. Give him something to do that isn't this. But no, I'm severely pissed off that we've been wanting this tournament for the women. And I'm so happy Charlotte's on it, by the way. So happy. Because she's already a champion. Thankfully, it worked out this way. But you're just going to have these two short-ass matches. It's exhausting.
Naomi and Shotzi aren't in it. Like, the fuck is that? You put Natalya in it. Why not put Naomi and Shotzi in it?
There's so many, like, that's the issue, is they could have had so many different women in this, and they chose not to. Like, they chose it's exhausting, honestly.
You separated Shotzi and Knox, and you're making her a single star. Why not put her in the fucking tournament and let us see what she can do?
Yeah.
She's amazing. Any other spits, or do you want to continue to rant about how much bullshit it is?
I mean, it's complete utter bullshit. Like, it doesn't even fucking make sense. Like, you're gonna continue to be like, oh, women's wrestling, and then you split up all the fucking women's tag teams. You have them have less than 5 minutes on SmackDown, which is your A show. You don't make fucking sense. I legitimately hate it. I want to support them, and I want to support them. See, people can give AEW shit for not treating their women right. If you're gonna have that energy, you keep it the same for WWE. Equality, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Spit or swallow SmackDown.
See, like, I just went on that rant, and I feel like I have to spit it. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm spitting it because mistreatment of the women.
Okay, fair enough. I'll ride with you on that. That's fucked up. They should have done better by the women. I wasn't a fan of having both Zelina and Carmella win in the first place. So yeah, no, I'll rock with you on that. We'll spit it. Though I am still kind of excited for Sonya versus Naomi. What was your favorite show of the week this week, Katie? She only swallowed 2.
I did, which is weird for me. I feel like I usually swallow more shows. I think I have to go NXT.
NXT over Dynamite.
Baby Steiner, Toxic Attraction. I mean, that's all you really need.
See, I'm torn because the main event of Dynamite was Hangman winning the poker chip.
Oh, that's true.
And they had a really good women's match as well.
Oh, they did.
Versus the main event of MSK in that tag team match, which, yeah. You had that great opener with Mandy and Ember.
That's different. Okay, so what if you pick Dynamite? I pick NXT. We agree to disagree, and you can pick whichever one you want to be the overall.
I'm gonna go Dynamite. You're gonna go NXT, and yeah, because I'm the host and I get 2 votes, as per the Smackin' Raw podcast. Despite my co-host, Katie Kinsey, babies. Wow, I haven't done that in a while. Katie Kinsey, babies. Choice of NXT, the best show of the week this week because Hangman won the fucking title. Ho's title was introduced, or not the title, the poker chip. Ho's title was introduced. No, Hangman won the Ho's title. And all of that other fun shit. The scissoring.
Yeah.
That was Rampage shit.
But it was same realm.
Yeah. AEW Dynamite wins this week. Katie, please let everyone know where they can follow you, find you, your show, what you got going on. Fun shit.
Fun shit. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter at KatieWrestling13. In the bio, I have my link tree that is for the She Lead Showcase every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Twitch.tv/She Lead Showcase. It's a lot of S's. Hard for me to say really fast. Now it's fine. Also, YouTube, please subscribe. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts. I want to try and get merch made soon. I have to make an Instagram page for the show. We have Inside the Mind of Matt Ritter up on the channel right now. Go listen to that. It's really fun. Actually, no, watch the video because Savannah had to edit it for me. So
I had to pee.
And that's fine.
And I said, leave it in. I thought it was good content. Tell a great story about my pee-pee dance. Have fun with that.
I think I kept that in.
You did. I listened to
it. Yeah, it was just a few. It was just too long of me sitting there awkwardly, and I didn't like it. So I was just like, saying that I cut it here, bring it back here. Shout out to Savannah for doing that for me. I just filmed the episode with TC that's coming out in November. Just 2 hours long. It's a fucking roller coaster. But I'm very excited. Justin's comes out the 18th. I'm shooting one with Vince soon. I had a lot going on. This is my pride and joy. I love She Lead, but like Inside the Mind of is my baby, is my pride and joy, and I get so much excitement doing it, and people seem to like it, so that makes me happy. So please support me and my child. Which sounds so fucking weird, but it's been a day. Here we are. That's it.
That's all? All right.
That's all.
You guys, no, seriously, Inside the Mind of was really fun to do. I had a blast. You guys should definitely go check that out. And I am also looking forward to hearing about TC's journey. There's also an episode with Reek out that you guys can go check out. That was great. Vince, I'll talk to him. Like I can get the scoop. But you guys can find me on Twitter at Matt Ritter. There's that MATTRIDDER. Also, Creation World is the banner under which we exist. So you guys can check out the Creation World at THECREATIA World on Twitter and Instagram, and creationworld.com, facebook.com/Creation World. There's a Facebook for the Smackin' Raw page, which is facebook.com/group/Smackin' Raw. And there is a Twitter and an Instagram, which is Smackin' It Raw Pod. I run the Twitter. Vince runs the Instagram. I think that's all of it.
I think so.
All right. Well, for Katie Kinsey, baby, I am the Warden, Matt Ritter, and I am so sorry for leaving you guys last week, but I am back. Promise I won't do it again anytime soon. We are the Smackin' Raw podcast, the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub.
Yes, sir.